Good morning, my friends. This is Tanya at Sidegigcrafts, and I've got a gingy shaker I'm going to make with you today. Yes, I do. This, I'm using a die cut. This one is, oops, that's not it. I've got such a mess. Forgive me. This one is from Z Party Cute Ginger Seeing DIY Paper Cards. And that is the number X002YDD0IL, I think. And he's so cute. He's a little shaker. He's a little shaker. And I've cut all the pieces out, and hopefully this will go fairly quickly. But I know that some folks struggle with making shakers. So this set comes with this piece. This one actually cuts out the background piece. You need a solid for the background, right? And it also cuts out the acetate piece because you need a piece that's also going to be solid of acetate because that's going to be what holds the shakers in. Okay, so that's that piece. And then it comes with this piece, and this one actually does a lot of the work for you. It's actually got a double groove on it, so it cuts out that outside rim for you. Hang on, let me come back to that. It cuts out that outside rim for you that's going to go on top of the shaker. When I showed you this pink one, this pink gingy, that wasn't that piece. What I meant to show you was this piece, this brown one, because that's going to be my background. The background that fits better. That one with the acetate also, and then this one will go over the top as the part that covers the mechanics, which is the foam piece, which you cut out of the same piece. Okay, it looks a little wonky because it's foam and it likes to bend. So you cut the border out of each of those. All right, so, and then it comes with all these little pieces, and I cut them out of white. I may not use them all. It's got little eyelashes and a little smile and a bigger smile and big eyes and stripes for the hands and feet and a bow tie and buttons, and anyway, it comes with all that stuff. So I cut those out. We'll figure out which ones we want to use. We'll put this aside for now because that's not the hard part. The hard part is not really that hard. Now, it didn't go all the way through my acetate. Do you guys have problems with your acetate cutting all the way through? I don't really mind it because it's usually just one piece, but sometimes, and it's probably because I used my soft mat again, which is probably why. It doesn't matter if this one's a little bit rougher cut anyway, because it's going to be, the edges are going to be covered up. So no worries about that. Remember that little pink border is going to go over the top of it, which is the frosting. So we're just going to trim this up. It's cut in a lot of places, but some of it just needs a little help. And so it'll take just a minute. I could tear it, but then I'm afraid I'd tear a leg off or something, you know. I guess I could have done this before I started my recording, but you know what? Again, no crafter is perfect. Nothing works perfectly every time. So this is what I do. All right, there we go. We've got a little guy, little dude. It's hard to see, but he's there. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and set my die aside. Let us put him together. All right, now I'm gonna put, my Barely Arts glue works pretty good for foam and acetate and pretty much everything else I like to use in my crafting. So we're going to use that. You may want to try with your different types of glue. Barely Arts doesn't show on acetate very much when if at all, when it dries. So I do like to use it. There might be some better glues. I'm not sure, but it works for me. And so this is what I continue to use. So you do want to put it on very thin because if it does leak out onto your acetate, well, I'm not putting acetate on this part, but if it does leak out onto your acetate, it can be kind of tricky to clean up, especially if you're gluing down your final layer and you can't get back into it. So you want to make sure that you can spread the glue on really thin to your piece, to your project. Oops, well, that's okay. So we'll just go all the way around. We want to make sure that we get a solid seal on this so that anything we put inside can't come out. Right around that edge. Now, you don't have to have a die cut to make shakers. You know that, guys. You can make shakers out of squares or circles or anything you want to, and make it fun. You know, you can use little paper baggies. You can use little vellum bags. You could use all kinds of things. Just have to kind of have a vision and go for it. But it doesn't have to be a die. It doesn't have to be a special shape. The process is the same, even if the shape is not. This usually sticks pretty quick, so trying to get it laid on there fairly quickly. Now I ran this foam through twice, and it kind of double cut it in strange places, so it's kind of wonky, but it'll be okay because that paper is going to cover it up. It's going to cover it real nice. There we go. Hopefully that's a good seal. I think that's right. All right, and then we're going to take our acetate. We're not going to glue it there yet. We're going to glue it onto this piece to make it a little easier. And I'm just going to go ahead and put glue around this one. And then we'll lay it on top of the acetate. Now this one needs a good seal too, but remember that you don't want too much glue because this is the one that it's going to matter if it shows. You don't want that to be on your acetate. You can scratch, this will be on the outside of the acetate, so you can still kind of scratch it off, but some glues are going to work better at that than others. It's best to try not to get it on there too much. So when you put your bead on, if you smear it out a little bit, it won't be, it'll go farther and it won't squish so much. So even though I'm putting it on there kind of liberally, I'm still spreading it so that, oh, well, that'll take some of the glue off too. It'll still work real well. Forgive my lighting. It's kind of bad this morning. There we go. And just see if I can, oops, see, I just got glue on it. Let's see if we can kind of, and I'm gonna have to smear it just a little to get it back where I wanted it. See, mistakes do happen. There we go. Awesome. All right, so we're going to let that sit. Try to get some of that glue picked up. You can use a baby wipe. You can use whatever works. I like to use my fingernail and just kind of go lightly. I don't want to scratch the acetate because acetate does scratch pretty easy, but it will come up, at least this glue will, pretty simply with a fingernail. Lightly over the top. Okay, and then see, this is going to set right over this way once we get it filled up. Look how easy. We're almost done. We are almost done. Now we just need to figure out, okay, wait, we've got to do the design. I want to do the design on the inside. You don't have to. You can do it on the outside if you want to, but I thought it would be kind of cute to put the design on the inside. Now, I'm not going to use this little bow tie because I want to put a bow tie on the outside, so we're going to skip that. I like the little eyelash idea. Actually, these might not work on the inside. I might have to put them on the outside. We're just going to put them on the outside. All right, so one thing I did not pick out yet was what I'm putting in there. I know I want to put, oh, I already know. I already know. I can see it from here. I received this Christmas mix last year, and it's perfect for this, isn't it? It's just perfect. Okay. Well, shucks, I didn't even have to go through my glitter and glam. This was easy. This was an easy choice. I need to hang this up out here somewhere in my use it up section here for the season. We're just going to put some of these little bits and bobs in there. See, these beads might be too big. I think the beads are too big. I'm going to have to take those out. We'll keep them in here. They're pretty, but they're just too big. I wonder if I have any these smaller ones. Can I get some more of that green out there? Give me that, give me that. Put those beads back in there for next time. That might be too full. Actually, it probably isn't. I wish I could get more of the green out. Just the green. Let's see if I can pick some up. Oop. Stuff is so small and tiny, it flies across the room. There we go. That's looking a little more better. Ooh, there's some small pink. There's some small beads in there. See if I can find some of the smaller ones, because I do like the beads. There we go. And the little candies, we'll put some of those. I think I have some, no, I do somewhere, but this will work. Little stars. I'm just going to keep putting more and more stuff in there. It's too full. No, it's not. Put more. All right, that ought to do it. Little green pieces in there. If it made it to the table, it can go in there, right? Okay. The rest of this needs to go back in here. I think that's fun because those are kind of shapes and things that we would put on our gingerbread man if we were making them for real, right? Oop, there's little candy sprinkle looking things. Let's put those in there. There's another candy. There we go. Oop, there we go. All right, we'll put this up. We're going to put this in our tier tray so we remember to use it. I love that. Okay. See, I got glue on the back side now. Shoot. Shooty, shooty, shooty. All right, so now we want to kind of get this as clean as we can, because once we glue it on, we can do nothing more about it. So get that as clean as you can. If it's not perfect, it's okay. You know, you want it as clean as you can get it. But if it's, like I said, there's going to be sprinkles and other things. People are not going to stare at that. Now, back on this side, we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to spread this really thin. And we're going to go right around the edges. Remember, it needs to be sealed completely, or that stuff's all going to come back out at you. And it's going to be hard to fix once this is down. It can be done, but it might not be easy. So make sure that your glue is going to glue acetate really well. And foam. The foam is not hard to glue. I don't think it's porous, so it's not that big of a deal, but the acetate can be a little tricky sometimes, I think. Oop, I just got that on my thumb, so I get a little clog in there? There we go. There. Now we'll go ahead and stick this on there quickly before my glue dries. That's it, you guys. Now we just need to make sure it's pressed down really well all the way around the edges. It makes a good seal. Don't shake it. No matter what you want to do, don't pick it up and shake it right now because it's not going to work out well for you. Okay, you'll get a mess. You'll get sequins and things stuck into the glue that seeped out on the inside. Just don't do it. You don't want to. Wait till it dries. Gotta be big kids and wait till it dries. Have patience. Sip on your coffee. And once that's set, you want to you can pick it up. Just be gentle. Again, you still may have some wet glue in there, so you want to be careful. And just make sure it's real nice and sealed. Look how adorable that is. Look. It's going to be pretty full. I don't mind them being, see how some of it's trying to stick up there, but my glue should be pretty dry. I know it fairly well. There's a little piece that's stuck. That's okay, but it should be pretty dry by now. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and decorate. Now I do have some pink bows. These bows these are a punch. So these are not from this die cut. This is totally separate. I had these make these up ahead of time all the time. Ooh, I like that one. Or no, we're going with that one. Wait a minute. Is this one brighter? It is, but it's messed up. Is that one brighter? No, that's the same. Okay. We're going to go with this bow. Now this one, I think we're going to have to use some hot glue on that just to make sure. Now 2 of these little zigzag lines are bigger than the others, so I'm thinking those are the legs. The smaller ones are probably the arms, or maybe I'm imagining it and they're all the same size. Huh. Okay, well, okay, then let's just put them on there. Again, you want to be careful. Like I almost messed up, and make sure it's not too much glue because we're still working with acetate. As you decorate, because you're gonna have a mess if you're not careful. So we'll go ahead and glue that there. Isn't they cute? Oh my gosh. I haven't used this die before. I'm trying so hard to use some of my dies that I haven't before because I love them. I just forget about them. But Christmas, I have the most. Okay, so I have all my dies by themes, and I have the most in my Christmas section. And because I love Christmas crafting for one, but that's the one that I haven't used the most because I started crafting around, well, just before Christmas last year. So I didn't have a lot of time to do Christmas crafting, but I did have time to shop. So a lot of these things were from AliExpress, so they didn't show up till after Christmas. So I have quite a few that I haven't used yet. Yeah, see, that one's shorter. That's all right. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Nobody's going to sit there and say, what did you do? You put the wrong zigzags. Nobody's going to do that. They're going to say, oh my God, how cute. Thank you so much. That's what they're going to say. Right? Right. Yep. See, those are both shorter. No, I don't think so. I think these are actually, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking to myself. You guys don't care. You're just watching the video and having fun with me, right? All right. Learning how to do little die cuts. Is this hot enough? Should be. Now my glue is super hot, so I'm gonna kind of hesitate a little bit before I put this on there because I don't really want it to warp the plastic. I don't know that it would, but I just, you know, I'm trying to be careful. I should have saved, you know what I should do? I should get one of those little candies and put it right on top of there. I bet there's at least one more in there. At least. So let's see if we can find one. The bead would be cute too, but I don't want it too chunky. I don't see one yet. Come on. I saw them in there. Okay, there's some. I'm going to take 2 out in case something happens and I drop one. That sounds like me. Okay. Get these back in there. Okay. Ooh, see, I almost dropped it again. Okay. I'm going to put a little down the glue. And I can see those little candy pieces I pulled out are different sizes. One's bigger than the other one. I'm going to use the biggest one. Look, isn't that cute? What a great idea. Okay, so with the face, we've got a couple options here. Oh, you know what? I could use those for buttons too, but then I'd have to get them all out again. Maybe I'll just leave, no. Let's do white buttons. Let's just do white buttons. It'll be all right. That's probably a little bit too much glue, but I'm not going to squish it around too much, so I think it'll be fine. Come on. All right, we'll just let those set there. Now, we've got buttons and a bow tie. We've got stripes on the hands and feet. We need, I'm kind of liking the idea of the little smile and the closed eyes. I think it's cute. I think it's feminine. And I should really learn how to use those tweezers. Go there. And little eyelashes. Let me see if I can figure this out. See, I have these ones. I don't know where the other ones went, but I just can't do it. Forgive me, I licked my finger. I did. It's itty bitty piece. Okay, let's see if I can do it this way. I don't know if I can. I just don't know if I can. It's a whole nother set of skill. I just don't know if I have it. How's that? Will it stay? I don't know. I got glue on there. Okay, we've got one more. They're so tiny. And I've got so much glue on my fingers. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, we were watching a video together, and the creator had glue all over her fingers. I was like, clean up your fingers. It's driving me crazy. And I was that kid that during the movies at school used to put glue all over my hands and then peel it off. That was me. Did you guys have a kid like that in your classroom? Was it you? It was me. I did it. Maybe that's why it drives me crazy to see all that other hands. I don't know. All right, but I think we've got our shaker. It's done. I think my pieces are all glued on there. Let's double check and make sure. What do you guys think? Is it cute? I think it's adorable. I hope you guys will give it a try. Like I said, the process is the same no matter what shape you use. You wanted to have your base piece and an acetate piece to match, the same. And then the foam, or you can actually use more strips that like this paper, like this one. You can just layer these up at the thickness that you want, or you can use foam tape around the edges. The one piece has to cover up the mechanics underneath, so it's not, you know, so it's pretty. And then decorate it. That's it. So much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you'll go and make your own shakers and have a wonderful, blessed holiday season. If you have not already subscribed, please like and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all the best. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.